Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture. So, today we will be talking about a few topics. We're talking Jess Hilarious from The Breakfast Club, Lori Harvey and Damson Idriss, Nia Long, The Ace Family, big news there, Ciara, Kelly Rowland, Aaron Rodgers, Davido, 21 Savage. We're talking a little bit about sports and some international politics. All right, so without further ado, here we go. So, as you know, Jess Hilarious was supposed to replace Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club. She even announced it towards the end of the year last year, and we even congratulated her. Well, the Breakfast Club went on vacation for the Christmas break, and they came back on January 8th, only to realize that Jess Hilarious was missing at the table. So everybody is wondering, where is Jess? What happened to her contract? Did she get fired? Did she terminate her own contract? What happened to her? So this is what Charlemagne and DJ Envy acted out on their show. Take a listen.
Rotating guest co-hosts,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought we was rotating guest co-hosts
Mm-hmm.
before we let God decide who was supposed to be in here. Now it's 2024. What happened? Did we just say F it? There's not going to be another co-host?
Well, at
'Cause I
first,
can't take talking to you.
I can't take talking to you either. At first, it was going to be a couple of months, right?
No, it never was going to be a couple months. That was y'all idea. I always said a year.
I thought it was going to be a couple of months.
That's
ain't
why
gonna
we
do
don't
this
like you for you to
I,
think.
I didn't want.
You told this already.
I didn't
We
want to do
don't
this
like
for a
you
year.
to
I didn't
think.
want to do that. I don't want to just talk to you for a year.
I knew for a year. I was like a year. I said it's going to take at least a year. Because Angela Yee is what I always say. She's irreplaceable. You know what I mean? So it's like the person that's coming in here is not replacing anyone. If there's somebody coming in here, that's my whole point of having this conversation. What the hell happened?
You know everything. You tell me.
This one I'm confused by.
now you confused?
I don't know what the hell is happening, if anything is happening at all.
Yeah, I can't do this too much longer. Just me and you. This is starting
I
to
don't
feel
know what the hell's
awkward.
going on, man.
And you start looking in my eye, it just makes me feel nervous and uncomfortable.
I'm not doing that with you this year.
I'm not.
You're not doing that.
It's been 3 days and we haven't flirted one time, and I'm fine with it.
Yo. Oh, God. I just want to know what's going on, man, if anything. Because it don't feel like nothing.
It don't feel like nothing. You want it to feel like something.
It ain't no motion. What's happening? What's happening? That's all.
All right. No.
I just don't know what the hell's going on. I'm not even joking with y'all. I don't know what the hell's going on. Are we just gonna say F it?
No, I'm not. I'm not doing the rumors a whole year. It's not gonna happen. I'm tired. I don't want to get in people's lives and get their relationship and talk about. I don't want
to rotate guest co-host no more though.
Actually, we think these two know something about what's happening, but they can't speak on it, and so they're acting like they don't know. But this is not the first time they are playing dumb, which is fine. We'll find out eventually soon. Now, just before the Breakfast Club returned from their break, top model Winnie Harlow wanted to fight Jess Hilarious over something that Jess has said about her skin complexion. Because as you know, Winnie Harlow, we don't remember what kind of disease she has, but her skin, is a little bit pale in some areas than the rest, and you can actually see it. Like it's nothing that is disguised. So Jess Hilarious has made like a comment about that in one of her skits, and Winnie said jokingly, but not so much either, like she was 50-50. She said something in the lines of, I'm gonna pop her or something like that. And this was before the break. And even before that, Sexy Red was on the Breakfast Club and she didn't want to talk to Jess Hilarious because Sexy Red claims Jess has said something about her as well and she didn't like it. So we have two people already that are, looking at Jess Hilarious like, nah, we don't want to talk to you. Yet the Breakfast Clubs went ahead and extended a contract to her before they went on break. And January 8th comes and Jess Hilarious is missing. So we think maybe, and this is just us just making some deductions based on what we've researched. Obviously, this is not verified, but we think maybe there are too many people appearing and calling out Jess Hilarious for mocking them as part of her, comedian job. And this is leading the Breakfast Club's management to question her being on the show long term. And in a sense that she could become a liability for the show. It's either that or maybe Jess has annulled her contract herself to avoid being canceled. Because if there's two people already, one doesn't want to talk to you, the other one want to fight you, there could be other people out there that Jess has talked about that could come out of the woodwork and cause her to lose her comedian checks that she's currently getting easily and comfortably. And sometimes it's better having one thing than having several and juggling all of them and end up losing all of it at the end of the day. So Jess Hilarious is a successful comedian as part of her job. She roasts people, and people just need to understand that. So we can't wait for her to come clean and break her silence and tell us exactly what happened there. We are very curious. This is the first time it's ever happening at the Breakfast Club, anyway. It looks like Angela Yee's seat is really unreplaceable because it's been over a year now, and nobody seems to fit that spot. Moving on to Laurie, Harvey, and Damson Idriss. Laurie and Damson sparked reconciliation rumors as they seem to have been on vacation together ahead of Laurie's 27th birthday. At the beginning of the week, Damson Idriss posted shots of him on an island, riding a mini boat, posing on the beach alone. Laurie Harvey has also posted some beach pictures herself. Laurie usually poses with people when she's on vacation. She poses by herself most of the time, but she will also pose with the people that she was on vacation with. And in these pictures, we haven't seen anybody. We know she's there with people, but we've only seen the foot and we haven't seen their faces. So our Inspector Gadget instinct kicked in and we compared some of the pictures that Damson posted with Laurie's, and we realized there are some resemblance in there. And so we're thinking maybe, just maybe, the two have rekindled their romance. Now, Laurie and Damson both confirmed their relationship back in January 2023 and broke up a couple of months ago. So that would be sometime in November or so. When they broke up, the internet has trolled Laurie for being for the streets because she's been with, too many men, according to the internet. And so she's been bullied, and Damson Idriss didn't like how people were talking about her on the internet and even came to her rescue. It was really cute. It's like a Prince Charming, rescuing his princess. Anyway, if these two are back together but are being low-key with their relationship, we are very much thrilled for them. They should do just that. But if they are just friends that go on vacation occasionally, we do not recommend this tight relationship because it could be misleading. But to each their own, and we wish them well. So Nia Long will be receiving $32,500 a month from her ex-boyfriend Ime Udoka in child support. As you know, Nia Long and Ime have been together for the past 13 years. They broke up in 2022. Nia Long is a class act. Apparently, the monthly child support could have been over $56,000 based on Ime's monthly income and the fact that he travels a lot for his work, and based on the fact that the son that they share together will be spending almost 95% of his time with his mom. Nia and Ime have, regardless, agreed to $32,500 as a monthly check to look after the kid. What a classy woman. Nia Long makes it no secret that it's been challenging for her to be a single mom. Al Reynolds from TGIF said this about Nia Long last week. Take a listen.
I would have stayed there and ate my food if I was Nia Long. This ain't the first time this man has cheated on her. And I promise you, if they stayed together, it wouldn't be the last. I think Nia Long got caught up into this feeling that happens to a lot of women that are very popular on social media and in pop culture. She let the lean in of everybody and the embarrassment of this public cheating get in between her and her relationship with her man. And that's where she, I think, could have made better decisions. She still loves that man. That son still loves his dad. I understand that this is a public stage that it happened on and that you should always, respect yourself first. But in this particular case, I feel like that this relationship would still be going on if it didn't happen on such a huge stage. And I don't care what anybody says.
Nia Long replied to Al, again, very classy, blowing him, a hard kiss and saying that something in the lines of, some people favor integrity. What do you think about what Al said? Should Nia Long stay with Ime, or she did the right thing leaving him? Comment below. Moving on to the next story. Another YouTube family channel is breaking up. It is none other than the Ace family. Catherine and Austin Mcbroom are the parents of the YouTube vlog channel The Ace Family. The couple has amassed over 18 million subscribers on YouTube. They started their YouTube journey back in 2016. The past years, they have faced many controversies, some legal issues, leading to them losing subscribers and seeing their channel not getting the views they usually get. On top of this all, there's been rumors that Austin has not been faithful, allegedly, to his wife. The last video on YouTube that they've posted is dated back to 7 months ago. So it seems like they've been broken up or separated rather, but they are only now making it official. They have both announced their divorce on Thursday on Instagram and other social media platforms that they use. This is what Catherine wrote. As I start this new year, I will challenge myself in ways that I have never done before. 2024 will be my year of transformative change. And with this taking place, one of the steps in my journey is a difficult decision to leave my marriage. We have mutually agreed to a divorce and will part amicably. Our paths as a couple have shifted and has crafted challenges that are irreconcilable. This decision comes with a very heavy heart. As heartbreaking as this is, I also feel liberated. I have spent the past few years prioritizing my children and honoring my commitment to my family. All the while, I seem to be losing myself and my own personal happiness. Our main priority will be to stay united as parents and to continue creating a stable, happy, and loving environment for our children. Thank you to all of my supporters for giving me a safe space to be able to use my voice and share our love. I love you all so much, and I'm beyond grateful for all the support we've received from you throughout all these years as a couple. And Austin, you're my best friend, and that will never change. Oh, that is cute. Every breakup ends with, we are going to remain friends, we're the bestest friends, and then one thing happens and they become enemies. So let's hope, they will really remain best friends. So that was Catherine's statement. And she mentioned something about losing herself in the relationship and not prioritizing herself. We think she's alluding to, her not being able to, she's alluding to the cheating allegations, Austin having a lot more time to himself to do what he wants to do whenever he wants to do, and her being stuck with the kids most of the time and caring for them and not realizing her own dreams. And she's a beautiful woman too. She could have her own, you know, side gigs aside of their YouTube channel, but we think with this breakup, she will definitely, like she said, surpass, her dreams and maybe do some things or take on some new challenges, like some new gigs that she's never done before, and challenge herself in that way. So Austin also posted his statement, and we are going to read that for you real quickly. He said, "For this new year, I'll be taking a leap of faith. I've made the hardest decision of my life, the decision to close the book to my marriage." Well, you have no choice because the lady is the one that has decided to leave you. "We have mutually agreed to a divorce, but will remain a team when it comes to our kids. We created one of the greatest stories, almost a decade together. So many memories, so many accomplishments, but every book comes to end. And now we will be writing a new book as separate authors. We both understand that holding on is believing that there's only a past, and letting go is knowing that there is a future. And we both are supporting each other's future. This transition is not easy, but we both are making it as easy as it can be for our family. We will continue to be the best parents to our kids. Separations are difficult and most times messy, but you will see how we push through these difficult times as a unit and keep influencing with love and positivity. With that being said, 2024 will be life-changing for me. I will be dedicated to myself, my kids, my health, my body, my mind, my spirit, and God. Thank you to everyone who has supported us through our journey and who will continue to support us moving forward. We're going to need even more of your love and strength during this time. Looks like he's found God. No words yet on what's going to happen to their family channel. Most of the time when these families break up, well, depending on the arrangement, one of them actually keeps the channel against a payout or something in those lines. So we'll see how they manage their YouTube channel at this point. We wish them well. They have a great family, and we hope they remain best friends, like they said. Happy birthday to Tim Witherspoon, Kelly Rowland's husband, who celebrated his 50th birthday this week. And we know that Beyonce and Jay-Z were of attendance. As you know by now, Aaron Rodgers returned briefly to Pat McAfee's show to explain himself after Jimmy Kimmel has dedicated a whole monologue to him on his show, as well as tweeted a message to him. If you are unaware, Aaron Rodgers said, and we quote, "A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are hoping that doesn't come out." That is referring to the Jeffrey E. list. Jimmy Kimmel, as a result of that, said, and we quote, "Dear A-hole, for the record, I've not met, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with E. Nor will you find my name on any list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brained wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up and we will debate the facts further in court." We thought Jimmy Kimmel's tweet was extreme given Aaron Rodgers' comments, especially since Aaron didn't accuse Jimmy directly of anything. He knows better. Jimmy Kimmel unfortunately took it as such. Also, this Jeffrey E. list is such a big crime that any association with the deceased could ruin one's career. So we understand where Kimmel was coming from. That said, we didn't understand why Aaron specifically mentioned Jimmy Kimmel of all people supposedly on that list, but we got our answer. This is what Aaron said yesterday on Pat McAfee's show, where he explains why he mentioned Jimmy Kimmel, and he also explains his comments, and he didn't think the comment was offensive, nor did he think he made any assumption or said anything in the lines of that Jimmy Kimmel and E, you know, did anything together. So take a listen.
The history of this, before I get into what I said, what I actually said, and how I feel about all that, the history of this, whatever this is between Jimmy and I, this goes back to COVID times, right? And in COVID times, he mentioned on his show jokes about my immunization, which I know you also made a little joke about it. I'm not going to get into that whole thing. I've talked many times about that, but I made a joke about that, and the fact that, my own research. He didn't just stop there, though. He made a lot of other comments about unvaccinated people, mentioning that they don't deserve treatment. If they're at a hospital, they shouldn't be given a hospital bed. He made comments about repurposed drugs that were being used all over the world that have incredible safety profiles that were derogatory. He mentioned ivermectin being horse-based and pushed that whole narrative for a long time. He gave a platform to one of the biggest spreaders of misinformation during the COVID times, Dr. Fauci. So in my opinion, he ripped me about the vax, and that turns out to be an L on many occasions, because the vax was not safe and effective like we were told that it was in the beginning. There are a lot of injuries now that we've seen related to the vaccine. So in my opinion, you went after me. That's fine. You're a comedian. Go for it. Not offended, but that was an L. Fast forward to, again, unprompted. We're talking on our show, as we do, about a lot of different topics. Somehow the Epstein client list comes up. And I said, it's interesting, and there were for a long time. Even still, there hasn't been a list that's been released. There's been one person's, deposition from a 2015 case, right? But we said there's an excitement to expose corruption. And what I joked about the other day about popping a bottle, there's excitement about when the corruption anywhere gets exposed and people who are accused of these heinous crimes get exposed. That will be nice, that we can get this all out in the open. That's not there. So I made this comment on the show whenever that was last year, right, I believe. And then unprompted, he comes out and says that I'm an overly concussed wacko. In my opinion, it seemed like because I believe that there was a list and that there were names on that, right? So, then we fast forward to this last week, right? And I said that a lot of people, and I'm quoting myself here, a lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't come out. End quote. That's what I said. That's the entire quote. Okay? I was referring to the fact that if there is a list, which again, this hasn't come out yet, this was just a deposition, right? And there are names on it, then that would be the second time that a soft brain, junior college student, wacko, anti-vax, anti-Semite, purveyor, spreader of misinformation, conspiracy theorist, MAGA, whatever other things have been said by him and other people in the media would be right twice. Now, let me just say that is the truth, number one. Number two, I totally understand how serious an allegation of pedophilia would be. So for him to be upset about that, I get it. Did you watch the quote? Because that's exactly what I said. Verbatim what I said on the show. Okay? I'm not stupid enough, even though you think I'm an idiot, and you made a lot of comments about my intelligence, but I'm not stupid enough to accuse you of that with absolutely zero evidence, concrete evidence. That's ridiculous. So I'm glad, and I think we can agree on something, is that, one, those crimes are heinous, and two, I'm glad you're on the list, because those who are on the list, and this is what I think we can agree on, that at minimum, there should be an inquiry into their involvement, especially if they went to the island, and at maximum, there should be an investigation into it. So I hope that you'll give the same type of energy to these heinous crimes when they do come out, and the names do come out, and there is an inquiry into it, that you gave to other subjects that I actually mentioned that you spent a lot of time working on. So I'd like to put this to bed, to move forward. I don't understand, to just finish this up. I do understand. But I don't understand a Mike Foss comment, because he didn't help out either. And I'm going to quote Mike Foss. He said, "Aaron made a dumb and factually incorrect joke about Jimmy Kimmel. It should never have happened. We all realized that in the moment." Mike, you're not helping. You're not helping, because I just read earlier exactly what I said. So, and this is the game plan of the media, and this is what they do. They try and cancel. And it's not just me. It's nowhere near just me. I mean, if you look at all the different people who've been censored from the internet especially during COVID, the canceling that went on, the censorship, using the government to try and censor people, that happened. And if that doesn't work, then they go to name calling. I mentioned a lot of the names that I've been called, and they don't stick, because I'm not anti-vax. I'm interested in informed consent and things that are in the best interest of my body. I'm not a MAGA. I've never had any affiliation with anybody associated with that movement, right? Which is okay if you are, though. Like, there's different opinions all over the place, right? If that's your ideology, that's fine. I'm not a super political person, okay? Do whatever you want. Conspiracy theorists, that's fine. Because if you look at the track record of conspiracy theorists in the last few years, they've been right about a lot of things. So I don't care about that one. Anti-Semite, that was called, that's just like, this is their game plan. They use these words to cancel people, and they went and ran with this, because it's the crazy anti-vaxxer wacko again, talking about, accusing somebody of being a pedophile. Like, of course, this is the game plan that they use. Incorrect, but that's the environment that we're in. There's a lot of people who have been captured by various, entities, government entities, whether we're talking about pharmaceutical industrial complex, or whether we're talking about believing that the government has a best interest in mind, and we're puppeting, various narratives. In the end, if you are not someone whose opinion aligns with the mainstream narrative, this is what they're going to do with you. And it's not me. I'm not a victim. I don't give a shit. Say whatever the hell you want about me. That's fine. Like, the people that know me and love me, you know what I'm all about. My teammates know what I'm all about.
We understand where Aaron was coming from. The comment was meant as a comeback at Kimmel for what he said about Aaron during the pandemic and his stance on the C vaccine, as well as other subjects that Aaron and Kimmel don't agree on over the years, or haven't agreed on over the years. Aaron Rodgers has not apologized to Kimmel, and we think he has no intention to either, because according to him, he did not accuse him of anything. All he said was mention his name with Jeffrey E. What do you think of this? Is Kimmel a sore loser or what? Comment below. McAfee did announce Aaron will no longer be featured in the sports segment for the remaining of the football season. Aaron was on the show yesterday simply to clarify his comments. 21 Savage released his first solo studio album, American Dream, after 6 years of absence. The album came with a soundtrack to his debut film and features many artists such as Metro Boomin, Young Thug, Lil Durk, Travis Scott, Burna Boy, Summer Walker, Brent Faiyaz, Mariah the Scientist, and Doja Cat. Say, have you listened to the album? If so, what's your favorite track? Comment below. Afrobeat singer Davido, known by his government name David Adeleke, is back in the blogs over several issues. First, his baby mama, Sophia Mamudu, issued a cease and desist letter to him to stop threatening and cyberbullying her, and this was done on January 10th, 2024. The letter, which was leaked online, reveals Davido's alleged wrongdoings, including his threats towards Sophia and her close friends, more precisely Tiwa Savage. If you don't know who Tiwa Savage is, she is an Afrobeat singer as well. So Tiwa Savage, on her side, has filed a police complaint against Davido as well for threatening her. David and Tiwa used to be cool until Tiwa was seen hanging out with Sophia. Since Davido is not in good terms with his baby mama Sophia, it seems he's allegedly taking it out on everyone close to her. So Tiwa and Davido have now unfollowed each other. We wish all of them well. Next, The Color Purple is nominated for a SAG Awards under category Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. As you know, Ciara is part of the cast alongside with Halle Bailey, who played young Nettie, Fantasia Barrino, who played Sally, John Batiste, who played Grady, Danielle Brooks, who played Sophia, like we said, Ciara herself, who played Nettie, Coleman Domingo, who played Mr., Anjanu Ellis Taylor, who played Mama, Louis Gossett Jr., who played Old Mr., Corey Hawkins, who played Harpo, Taraji P. Henson, who played Shug Avery, Felicia Pearl Mbassi, who played young Sally, and Gabriella Wilson, who's also known as Her, who played Squeak. Ciara is super pumped about the news, as she should be, and yeah, The Color Purple cast earned it. We know there's been some bad publicity that came, in the promotion, during the promotion of this movie. We are referring to Taraji P. Henson talking about the pay inequity, and even the conditions, some of the conditions that the cast was in when they were filming, the fact that some of them didn't want to drive or couldn't drive in the city they were filming, and they needed at least somebody to drive them to set, or the lack of their own respective trailers so they could actually dress, rest, and do their own personal stuff in there, or even the lack of food during the filming. So it seems like there's been a lot of issues, and we don't know it. We don't know if we are in 2024, or rather they filmed this thing in 2023, but the point we're making is, why is it so hard to have like the bare minimum? Why do artists or actor and actresses have to request these bare minimum? Shouldn't there be food for them to eat? Shouldn't there be a place for them to feel comfortable, to rest, dress, undress, Anyways, so are they going to win? We don't know, but we hope, we wish them well, and we hope they win something. Today in sports, another coach is leaving the NFL, and this will be Coach Bill Belichick. Coach Belichick is leaving the New England Patriots after 24 seasons, 6 titles. It is not clear whether he is leaving on his own or whether he was forced out or fired. What is clear is that Belichick came to an agreement with the Patriots owner Robert Kraft to resign. Kraft has respect for Belichick and all he's brought to the team. Belichick still has 1 year left on his contract, but he will walk away without seeking compensation. Our guess is the Patriots wanted to get rid of him, and instead of firing him, they've discussed his exit in a much more respectful way. The reason why we even think that is because the NFL has been going through some major shakedowns as a few head coaches have been fired. And since the beginning of this year, so because of that, we think it is the same thing that is happening with the Patriots. And so that is why we think Belichick is not really leaving because she's resigning on his own. He's leaving because they wanted him out and they wanted to do it in a respectful way. And this is all alleged. Tom Brady has much respect for Belichick and he definitely wishes him well. Let us know what you think about this in the comment below. Today in the news, the state of the world is worrisome. The Houthis, who are a population in the northern Yemen and who support Palestine, have directed a few missiles and drones towards its Red Sea resort of Eilat in response to Israel's attack on Gaza. So this war is taking a different proportion. We really hope and pray that it doesn't go any further than this, because otherwise we could potentially be witnessing World War III. And that is all we got for you right now. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and let us know what you want to see and hear on this channel. We love you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.